Oh, I welcome you to today's video. So what we are doing today is we are still doing the 1994 Waec biology. So we are now in question 17. So if you are yet to watch the previous video, so you can check my YouTube channel to get the rest. Or if you are watching on my Facebook page, you can check the rest and have access to them. Now let's go to number 17, the branch of science which deals with resemblance, origin and expression of biological variation is called A. Embryology, B. Ecology, C. or entomology, D. Genetics, E. Taxonomy. Now what's embryology? Embryology has to do with the series of changes in which organisms or little embryo it exhibits before it develops into a living neonate, that is a baby. So these are the series of changes that it went through. So that's what we call what the embryology. So embryology is even a subject that you are going to learn in when you gain admission into university, if you are in medicine line or all those anatomy. So embryology is one of the courses you'll be doing. Option B is ecology. So ecology has to do with study of living organisms in relation to their environment. Option C is entomology. Entomology has to do with scientific study of insects. It has to do with study of what insects or other arthropods. Why D? So genetics, it has to do with study of heredity and variation. Option E, taxonomy. Taxonomy, it has to do with study of classification, how we classify organisms into mollusca, arthropoda, all those things. They are what? Taxonomy. So if you ask us here, the branch of science which deals with resemblances, origin and expression of biological variation, the answer is genetics. So genetics, that's where we talk about the genes, how organisms, all those sex-linked characters, all the variations, how the origin, the father, the pedigree trees, everything that has to do with what genetics. It is the major things. Even you that you are watching the video, there are some genes that are present in you. We have some of you that you resemble your dad, you resemble your mom, you resemble people around you or your relatives. So these are the main things that we study in genetics. So that's that for this question. So the answer is what? Genetics. We're going to we're going to number 18. Which of the following can cause desert encroachment? What is desert encroachment? It's the process whereby a normal land which is fertile and normal and it has a lot of water, it now becomes like a desert. That is a desert is a place that has absence or little water. Now what causes desert encroachment? You need to firstly think about that. When there is desert encroachment, you are going to notice that there will be absence of leaves, all those things, and that. Now the major things that causes desert encroachment is when the soil is exposed to direct sunlight. That is when the soil is not like you don't allow grass to grow on it, you are just cutting out the grasses. That is, you are not. When we have like trees, we have grasses, they help to conserve soil water. If the soil water is not conserved, the water in the soil, instead of them to be retained inside the soil, they will be evaporated outside the soil. So it means the major things that causes desert encroachment is overgrazing. When the animal, they eat up the grasses on the soil and they exposed the soil to direct sunlight. So that one is going to encourage desert encroachment. Another thing that will cause it is deforestation. When we are just deforesting, when we are just cutting out the trees and we are exposing the soil to direct sunlight, whereby making evaporation to occur in the surface of the soil, making the soil water unconserved. So that's part of the reason. Now option A says afforestation, that's planting of trees. That will help us to conserve soil water. So that cannot cause desert encroachment. Option B, irrigation. Application of water, we have surface irrigation, we have drainage, all those things like that. Irrigation is application of water to the soil. So that one it cannot cause desert encroachment. Planting of trees, just like afforestation. So that one cannot cause what? desert encroachment. Establishment of game reserve, that one also cannot cause it. Option E, overgrazing, when you just take cattle to a particular field and you say they should eat up the grasses, that is going to cause what? Desert encroachment, because it's going to expose the soil to what? It's going to expose the soil water to evaporation, whereby not conserving the water in the soil. So our answer here is what? Option E. So now we are going to option number 19. The morphological, physiological, and behavioral characteristics which enable an organism to survive in its environment is called option A, heredity. Heredity is like inheritance. You inherit something. It is like a study of all those things that we inherit from our parents. Option B is ecology. I've talked about that before. That's study of living organisms in relation to their habitat. Option C, competition. This is the process whereby organisms they fight, maybe for mates, that is someone to mate with, that is have sexual intercourse with, or competition for light. Organisms they compete for light, they compete for sex, yes, they compete for mates, they compete for light, they compete most importantly for food. Yes, organisms they compete for food. They also compete for space. Yes, they also compete for what? Space. Option D, adaptation. So adaptation is the ability of an organism to live successfully in a particular habitat due to its what? Appearance, structure, and behavior. That is the process whereby an organism it tries to adapt. Maybe even the condition is not favorable, but it has to adapt. It has to withstand it. So that is just it. Option E, that is variation. That is differences that happen in an organism. That is variation that we have. That is differences between an organism and another organism. So our answer here is what? Option D, that is adaptation. It's the morphological, physiological, and behavioral characteristics which enable an organism to survive. The major aim of adaptation is to make that organism to survive. So that's just what? Option D. So thank you for watching today's video. If you like this video, I will urge you to like, share the video, comments, and God bless you as you do so. If you are watching this on my YouTube channel, I will urge you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click on the notification icon so that you can have access to interesting video like this. Thank you for watching. This is Evans teaching class. Bye.